This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/iHeart.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality, high quality and immersive sound, a sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And boom!
Common man, no show prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, begins a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common man, charms the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, hello? Rosa, you don't know nothing.
Mark, they can't pitch. They can't hit. What is with? I mean, come on.
Well, I read the USA Today and I read the New York Times, and I read those both every day. And I listen to music. It wouldn't do me any good to listen to talk shows, because what's great about America, everybody has an opinion, you know what I mean? But what's also great about America, you don't have to listen to them, and that's the great part.
Sometimes when you practice, you'll set up chairs. You know, when you run through chairs just to show zones and stuff. The Viking defense looks like it's chairs. All the defensive backs covering are just atrocious today for the Minnesota Vikings.
Is he still an interim participant?
Yeah, kid. He's a rude.
Yeah, just like an old-fashioned barber shop.
You always love that word.
You're breaking up, Bob.
You're breaking up.
Let's go.
I'm going to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
Time for two more questions, guys.
I've seen enough out of Cousins, Paul. Put him on ice.
How do you like me now? How do you like me now? You like that? You like that?
I love it.
He's
He's the clown from Brown.
Love you.
He's the fourth in the North. This is the Common Man, Dan Cole.
The grub begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, screwed that up. That was not like me. Let's try that again. Grub begins in 5, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4, 2, 1. Greetings, good afternoon, and ack, and dak. Here on the Common Man program. I'm already thrown off a little bit, Tenneby, as I look at the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line. A lot of complaints.
Really?
Well, already you're getting ripped.
Okay.
The previous show's getting ripped. This one says, no wild montage, no final countdown, no put your heart into it. Unreal lack of effort by the interim producer today. Wow. I mean, it is. This is it. All the marbles. I mean, we can get some help, right? Or are we out? Is the help gone now? Do we have to get the point?
All the help plays tonight while the Wild play.
Okay.
So the Wild are in if they just get to overtime. They don't have to win tonight, just have to get a point. If that doesn't happen, if they lose in regulation to Anaheim, then they can still get in with any type of loss from St. Louis or Calgary, who both play tonight. Calgary plays Vegas, St. Louis plays Utah.
Lazy broadcasting is replaying interviews from earlier in a show during the same show. Seriously, did PA do that today? Did he re-rack one? You know what he is? He's the national treasure. He's voice of the Vikes. He's Vox. He can do whatever he wants.
Who was it, Finch? He likes to replay Finch interviews.
I don't know. I think Finchy is a Tuesday guest, but I don't know. I don't listen to this radio, the station that often because I try to keep my mind clear. Here's another. More golfing in the wind or a little show prep today? I didn't golf today.
He did have Finch on at 9 today.
Did you hear that one? More golfing in the wind or a little show prep today? Huh. I didn't play golf today because I did have some things to do. I had to, faith, family, fairways, but every once in a while work does come ahead and I had some client stuff I had to take care of. I had to talk to
Finances.
Finances, yeah. And I had to talk to some clients and get some copy information. But
we assumed you're golfing because you didn't show up super early today.
No, I also stopped at REI. You ever been to REI before? The store REI? It's kind of it's an outdoorsy kind of a place for rock climbers and I think cyclists, people that want to be in Tour de France and such like that. Because we got the golf opener coming up next week. Matter of fact, on work day yesterday, I put in for a Friday off. So the day after the draft, I think it's all yours, my boy. I don't know why. You're going to have to load up. And it's an easy day, right? The day 2 of the NFL draft, the second best day in sports. You'll be the host. Vikings will have either traded away their first round pick or traded up or traded down or selected someone. You can get the usual suspects on, right? The Alec Lewis's and the Andy Kramer's is and the Pete Versich's is and the Chip Scoggins is, right? You can just load up on guests. Because I'm out on the 20... Is that the 25th? Is Friday the 25th? Because I'm out... Whatever day the Friday is, the 25th, 26th, 24th, whatever it is, I'm out that day.
Day after the draft again?
Well, that's every year. It's been like that every year.
You've got to be kidding me.
Let me guess, what would you do? Come here to talk about the Vikings' first-round pick or play golf at Deacon's Lodge, the Pines, Preserve, Legacy?
Could you invite me up there so then I could do that too?
Somebody's got to handle it. I don't know. You can't ever get away from
So I'm hosting?
Yeah, you're hosting a week from Friday.
I haven't been told by my boss yet, so maybe he's got someone else in mind.
I mean, in all honesty, what would you do? Would you be, boy, I can't wait to do 3 hours of draft talk with Tana and the listeners and such like that? Or would you rather be sticking a tee in the ground at the Pines?
There's no doubt what I'd rather do.
Right. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's client related. I host the golf opener closer. And now the Grandview's embracing the Power Trip morning show as well. They're going to be there the following weekend. I go back-to-back weekends because Tee to Green launches on. And again, I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I don't know if Saturday The first Saturday in May is the 2nd or the 3rd, but it's that weekend. And I do Tee to Green that Saturday from Grandview. And the Power Trip Morning Show will be I think they have some event on Thursday night, I think, like a meet and greet. I don't know for sure. I shouldn't say that, but they're doing their show live on that first Friday in May. And they'll be playing the Initials game. And so Grandview is embracing the Power Trip Morning Show as well. But I was certainly I was told to not fret any. Don't worry my pretty little head. It's not like they're trying to push me out. They still love the Common Man. It's just like they want more of the fan. Well, and a lot of advertisers do. They see the power of the fan, how it gets the message out, the word out about their goods, products, and services, and they'd like to be connected with us, and we do appreciate that. So it's a big weekend next weekend for me with the golf opener up at Grandview Lot. Why do people do that? They're trying to get me going. And then it never stops. That's the coroner's office. Why would he do that? And so the Power Trip Morning Show will be up there as well. So we're looking forward to that. So I'll be up there next weekend, and then Power Trip and Common will be up there the following weekend as well. But it's going to be chilly in that morning round. I looked at the extended, and it looks like we're talking mid-30s to upper 30s when we tee off that first tee time at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So I wanted to get baby brother Peter some. We used to call it long johns back in the old days, or long underwear. They call it base layer now. Sounds better, right? And they can charge more for it too. It's a base layer. What do you mean by base layer? Well, you put it on underneath, and then you put your other clothing on it. That's what they call it, a base layer. And have you ever heard of a company called Smart Wool?
No.
Apparently they're like the creme de la creme of warm weather gear, right? Because I have some of their socks. They're really, really warm, right? Wear them around the house in the winter. Well, they're thermal. What do you think they're asking for a top and a bottom? Just take a guess what you think they want for that. And Smart Wool's pretty good stuff.
$120
for both.
Sure.
No, $130 a piece. They want $260. No! For the top and the bottom. And I said,
not going to work?
Well, no, what I said was they must be made out of fleece. Because I'm getting fleeced.
I always love
like that. That's pretty good. I just thought of that. Half second. So, yeah, well, they had cheaper stuff, too, which is what you kind of... But then you start thinking, it's my boy. Do I want him freezing? Is he going to be sitting, is he going to collapse in the rough with hypothermia? Shivering like that on the third hole at the marsh, I mean, what am I supposed to do, right? I did it with Deuce one time. I've told that story in the air, haven't I? This was when he was really young. Baby brother Peter, I don't think was born yet, or he was just newborn. Yeah, he must have been newborn because Deuce is about 3. And I really wanted to go golfing really bad. So I took him out to Oak Marsh with me, and it was a day like today. And I bundled him up in the warmest clothes of the blanket and had him on the cart. And I decided 9 was enough because his lips were starting to turn blue. And I thought, well, that's probably time to go in. So I think about...
And you said he doesn't like golf, right?
No, yes.
Now it makes sense.
And think of the sacrifice that I made. I gave up a back 9, and I was playing pretty good at the time. I gave up my back 9 so that I could get Deuce inside so he wouldn't freeze to death. So there you go. Let's pause. We'll come back. We got peek at the purple on the other side of the break. We got plenty to get to today. Wolves, Wild, Twins lose again. Striking out a lot again. It might be time to bring back Whiff Watch. So many things to get to. But right now, Tennessee is going to give you a keyword because it's our national cash contest.
Yeah, the fan and BigDeck.com wants to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Enter the keyword check at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. The keyword is check. Enter now at KFAN.com.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/iHeart. Greenlight.com/iHeart.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Indecision. Overthinking. Second-guessing every choice you make. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Beige on beige on beige. In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Van.
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by BigDeck.com.
We call this segment Peek at the Purple, brought to you by our pals at Affordable Electric. Now, I know a couple 13, 14 things about knockdown, punch, cut, fade, draws, but I know nothing about electrical outlets, switches, control panels, installing indoor and outdoor lighting. That's why I rely on Affordable Electric. They've been doing this in the Twin Cities for 30 years. Dependable, honest, 24-hour or same-day service, and they'll give you an upfront, affordable estimate before starting any repair. Schedule online, affordable-electric.com. That's affordable-electric.com. Affordable Electric is shockingly affordable. I don't really have anything Vikings related today, so I thought what I would do tend to be is I would give you some football terminology to get you ready for the upcoming National Football League draft and the season. Friends, I'm going to ask you, Teneby, do you know what 2 high safeties is? 2 high safeties. That's when the 2 guys playing safety get into a bag of Acapulco Gold before suiting up for the game. 2 high safeties. Cover 3, robber 3. Familiar with it?
Of course.
3 guys keep a lookout while their buddy robs a radiator from an abandoned car. It's the same strategy me and my buddies
I
used
always love that one.
back in my Haight-Ashbury days in Forest Lake. Teneby, you familiar with the football phrase double slot? It's when you play 2 slot machines right next to each other at the same time, doubling your chances of winning or losing. Call that a double slot. Trips right? That's what Deuce is going to be asking when he moves back into the house after graduating and say, you're still going to pay for my trips, right? Because he takes a lot of trips. HVAC. That's an abbreviation for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. HVAC. They're progressively getting worse, aren't they? 5-step drop. That's when Teneby picks up his ball from the hazard, takes 5 steps back for his drop. 5-step drop.
Done that before.
You've done that before. 8 in the box, when a player eats a hot dog while in the penalty box at a boot hockey game. 8 in a box. Mike linebacker is the linebacker that gets mic'd up during the game. and 22 wide's the new shirt size you'll need after a Thanksgiving dinner. So there you go, Tenneby. Those are some football terminology. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you rather have heard that, or should I have re-racked Finch's interview? Which would have
Finch's
been
interview.
Oh, really?
I haven't heard it yet, so I think it's great to re-rack it.
Can you do it right now, then? I mean, we could slide it in there.
I want to know what he thinks about their playoff series versus the Lakers.
Let me guess, it's going to be really tough. LeBron, and I already know what he said. And again, we'll get into that a little bit later, because I love, when you read analysis, there's like Wolves World, or, Run with the Wolves, or whatever. Guess what they think? It's a great matchup for the Wolves. Couldn't be any better of a matchup. I mean, it's like, I don't know if they're actually, or Run with the Wolves. They have all these different websites, and I don't know if they're associated with the team themselves, right? But it certainly is a Ducky and Bunny look at the hometown team, right? And it's like, we love the matchup. They have no answer for our big men. Ant's about to, he's going to take his game to another level and become that household name like Kobe, like LeBron, like Michael. And we think the Wolves in 5. It's like, and then you read, latest on the Lakers or whatever they're. And again, I don't think these are associated with the team. I think it's like you and I, if we wanted to, we could put together a website for whatever team we wanted, right? And just start putting in our thoughts, and just, some news, starting in the goal in the first game, Flower will be the back of it, but then throwing in opinion, and we Ducky and Bunny it up. So latest from the Lakers, and of course they think the Lakers, I read one of the guys said, well, I think it'll be a gentleman's sweep, and you know the definition of that. That means when you win 4-1. It's like, well, you don't want to rout the other club, right? You don't want to sweep them, so we call it a gentleman's sweep. So all the Laker-associated stuff, they think the Lakers are going to win, and all those. And then, of course, you go to the comments section in those. And you can tell you don't need an area code to see who's responding. The ones that say, yeah, I agree with the Wolves stuff, they're from the 612 or the 651 or the 763 or the 218 or the 507. I don't know what your area codes are in the Lakers, but the ones that are agreeing with the latest on the Lakers, they all think that the Lakers are going to win. So it's like, and then, so many people are using sabermetrics and analytics in order to give their take on who's going to win or who's going to lose. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you and I have talked about sabermetrics and analytics forever, Tenneby. I'm just not a big believer. I'm more of a analytics seem to be for guys who are unable to read people or understand emotions, and they can't react to life as life is happening, right? They don't have that ability to do that. They use analytics as a way to hide their ineptitude with life as it's happening in real time. They can't do that. They're looking at the past and trying to predict the future, but life and sporting contests are dynamic. And so while sabermetrics and analytics do have a place, because everything I see about, handicapping the game, and it's got, the same statistics. You got your record, your offensive efficiency, your defensive efficiency, how the two teams played against each other during the season. They split the season series 2-2. I think the Wolves won both games at Bullseye. I think Lakers won both games at the Fabulous Forum, but I don't think you can read anything into the game because Doncic wasn't with the team the first couple of games.
They played one game with Doncic, right? Lakers won that one.
Yeah, and then I think in the Doncic game we were missing Gobert and Randall. So yeah. So the past performance between the two teams this year I think is meaningless. It doesn't matter, and even though the Wolves are certainly better when it comes to offensive and defensive efficiency. And look, they're 21-4 in their last 24 games. Is that what I saw? As much as I've been hard on this team.
Month of March.
They had a great month of March.
You can't say it did. I can't say it
Great month of March. And speaking of munching, I'm thinking about lunch. I'm going to munch my lunch not long from now.
Is it a bunch?
I don't know if I like. Yeah, it is. I got a bunch of lunch. I do. As a matter of fact, I do. I have a bunch. I've got.
Are you going to drink punch?
No, I'm not. But I'm going to have a Diet Coke, and then I've got some corn chips and my wife's leftover. I had it yesterday too. That Mexican cheesy with black olives and tomatoes, and it's so
incredible.
Good. It's just so good. We'll have that. Peak of the Purple brought to you by our friends at affordable-electric.com. Remember, affordable electric is shocking affordable. We'll break, we'll come back, and yes, someone asked, did I run into Mark Rosen at REI looking for some camouflage camping slippers? Roughing It Rosen. I didn't see him there. I'm sure he already has those fleece lined, I would bet. We'll break, we'll come back with a little Distat Lat here on the Fan.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Uncertainty. Self-doubt. Stressing about not knowing where to start. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Word art. Sorry, live, laugh, lovers. In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind? Well, I'll tell you. Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Ooh. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Now I'd like to introduce you to Meaningful Beauty, the famed skincare brand created by iconic supermodel Cindy Crawford. It's her secret to absolutely gorgeous skin. Meaningful Beauty makes powerful and effective skincare simple, and it's loved by millions of women. It's formulated for all ages and all skin tones and types, and it's designed to work as a complete skincare system, leaving your skin feeling soft, smooth, and nourished. I recommend starting with Cindy's full regimen, which contains all 5 of her best-selling products, including the amazing youth-activating Melon Serum. This next-generation serum has the power of melon leaf stem cell technology. It's melon leaf stem cells encapsulated for freshness and released onto the skin to support a visible reduction in the appearance of wrinkles. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews, why not give it a try? Subscribe today and you can get the amazing Meaningful Beauty system for just $49.95. That includes our introductory 5-piece system, free gifts, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. All of that available at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Get ready for a night of high-octane country rock. Brantley Gilbert is bringing his electrifying show to the Ledge Amphitheater on Friday, May 9th.
His biggest hits.
Don't miss out on the action. Get the full details and your tickets now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Hit after hit after hit. Be there. Aloha.
What are some of those hits?
What was his name again?
I was expecting you to do the other.
I was actually going to look him up.
Brantley Gilbert.
Brantley Gilbert. Bottoms Up. Kicking the Sticks, Son of the Dirty South, and my favorite tend to be Small Town Throwdown. Small Town Throwdown by Brantley Gilbert. Received this text message earlier, and I brought it up once earlier in the first segment. It said, more golfing in the wind or a little show prep today. A couple of things on that. I hear it from the coroner's office almost on a daily basis. And I don't know if you're within a stone's throw, you're within earshot of the coroner's office, and maybe you hear me do this. I'll walk in now to get him going, and I'll say, I've even got less today than I had yesterday. And that raises his blood pressure. Don't tell me that. Couldn't you come with anything? I mean, what were you doing today? And then I give him the faith, family, fairways. But when it comes to show prep, I save this.
If you told me you had less than you had yesterday, I would say that's impossible.
Hold on. A rim shot, maybe.
You got lots of material. There's lots going on in that brain of yours. It's going to be a great show. Keep listening, please.
Here's what this email, I save emails that really hit home. They strike to the heart of the matter. This one came on Monday, February 13th, 2023, so a little over 2 years ago. And the subject line is common prep myth. Here's what it says. Common, I think the myth of your prep is both truth and myth. My wife worked with a teacher who had done it so long that she could prepare a lesson plan in her mind in seemingly no time at all and do an amazing job. Whereas my wife has to take more time to do the same thing. I think this is like you. You've been up and down the dial for decades. Radio's in your blood. What seems like a lack of preparation is just you not needing to put in the effort a less experienced person would. You know what works and what doesn't. You've heard it all. You know all the cliches. All you need is a general knowledge of the league and the headlines, then decades of experience. Take it the rest of the way. Thus, the esoteric approach. And it's true. I mean, I couldn't have, and I didn't wrote that myself. That's just the fact. When you've done something, Tenneby, let me ask you a question. You could be Rip Van Winkle and sleep for 20 years, and you could lace up your skates and you could go out there and throw out a saucer pass just like that, right?
I don't know about that, but sure.
You've done it your whole life. You've played hockey. You don't need, it's not like, oh, I better go over how I skate, better go over how I stick handle, better go over how I shoot. You know, you've done it for years. So it's not that difficult for you anymore, and that's the same way we look at here. Twins lost again yesterday. Was it a 5-1 final, I think?
No! Correct.
To the New York Metropolitans, one of the better teams in Major League Baseball. They played here at the Goose that laid the golden egg. Lowest attendance, was it the lowest attendance figure ever in the history of the Goose that laid the golden eggs? Or?
If you take out the COVID year where they didn't have fans that year.
I'm going to stick up for the club a little bit. The weather, I mean, when you have a putrid product, and then you have the weather as bad as it is, even those that don't mind going, you know, even ball guys that I don't care who's playing, I don't care how bad the home, you know, it's, and if we don't win, it's a shame. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. The people that don't care, even they're not going to go. Putrid product. And it was, you know, the wind's blowing yesterday, 20, 25 miles an hour.
If it's your worst attendance in like 23 years, there's a combination of a bunch of factors going into it. Yes.
Exactly. So it was both, but it is that the product's not very good. And I think people recognize that right away. I do think, you know, this is a football town like many major metropolitan areas. I think football rules supreme, and maybe not like in St. Louis, Cardinals baseball is really big, right? In New York, I don't know, are the Yankees bigger than the Giants and the Jets? I dare say they might be. But here, it's football reigns supreme. Yeah. But we do have some, I think the people that do like baseball, they're smart. They understand it, and they realize because the team doesn't invest a lot of money in payroll, and then you see the results early on, and you've got injured players, and you see one guy's Miranda's been sent down, Lopez is going to miss a handful of starts, Lewis hasn't even played, Correa looks like he's never played before, Buxton's actually not been so bad, but you look at the club and you just go, I just don't know if it's worth me going out, especially on a weeknight, on a day that seems more like mid-December rather than mid-April. And yesterday the team struck out 13 times. 13 times. That's not how many the pitchers. They struck out 13.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not. So we did this before. The Minnesota Twins hold the major league record for most strikeouts in a single season. They set that record back in 2023. 1,654 times men went to the plate and went down either looking or swinging. The Mariners and the Rockies, they chased the Twins last year. They were trying to overtake the Twins. However, the Mariners only struck out 1,625 times last year. So that's 29, 30, whatever, 29 short, whatever that number is. I'm bad at math. And then the Rockies were a miserly 1,617 at bats. So I think, Tennessee, it's time to bring back one of our favorite bits. Here we go.
Throw my fastball, I'ma strike a mile. Grip a knuckleball, watch me strike a mile. 12-6 curve, I'ma strike a mile. Spin a slider in the dirt, I'ma strike a mile.
It's time now for Whiff Watch. A look at the Twins' quest to break the all-time record for most strikeouts in a season.
Strike three, you're out.
So good. One of the best opens we've ever done. The only one that's probably better is Nostradamus, because that one runs 4 minutes and 45 seconds. It's one of the longest opens in the history of radio bid opens. I just love the alliteration to Whiff Watch. And then, I think we talked about this, and we don't have the tactical to do it. I think it would make a great state fair item, a Whiff Watch. And so you actually have it like an inexpensive. Remember those? Do you remember well, you don't wear a watch, but there used to be a company, they might still exist, called Swatch, SWATCH. And they were I think they were inexpensive, but they were gaudy colors and different. The kids loved them, right? Because they just looked different. They were a real fashion statement, a real fashion accoutrement. Accoutrement. Did I use that word right? Have you ever heard the word accoutrement?
Heard the word.
Could you look it up? Word of the day. Time now for you. Learn something new every day. Accoutrement. ACCU. TRA maybe. MENT. Spelling used to be my strong suit. SUIT, not SUITE. Accoutrement. Did I just make up a word? Maybe there isn't even such a word.
Well, I had to go to a different spelling of it.
Oh, okay.
And that spelling doesn't have the pronunciation of it, so I can't even get the pronunciation of it. But the spelling I got says equipment worn by soldiers in addition to their clothing and weapons. Usually plural clothing, equipment, etc., trappings.
Yeah, fashion statement. Trappings, your watch, your uniform. So it's probably not. It's not perfect, but it's still an accessory, I guess is what it says. And I thought we could have one called the Whiff Watch, and then Twins fans could just every time you'd wear it, and all of a sudden you're watching the game, and all of a sudden, strike three, you're out. And all of a sudden you could click a little button, and it would go to
and adds an extra K.
Yes, it adds an extra K, and then it says 1,000. 1,023, and it would just keep track as you go. I think they would sell big at the state fair. But then again,
maybe have some sort of audio attached that when you hit the button, it says strike three, you're out. Something like that.
I like that. See, the Twins should start selling those. Embrace your futility. Why run from it? You are who you are. You know where you've been, where you're going, and where you're at, and you've been at the plate, and you're going back to the dugout. It's not a big deal. Embrace it. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. And I think that's what the Twins might have to do. So we're at 54, I think, right now. 54 strikeouts in 7.
Oh, I think we're much more than that.
Oh, is it? I thought it was.
It's only 17 games. 54 is not a lot.
Oh.
They are averaging, the site I saw. Hold on. Let me go back.
I thought they only had 54. I thought that's what I must have read that wrong. Maybe it was 54 last night. They played extra innings. I don't know.
They're averaging 8.18 strikeouts a game. So you times that by 17 games. That's 139 strikeouts.
Oh, they have 139 already?
Yeah. 54 would be
you're
record
right.
on the other side.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, you don't have to treat me like I'm a complete idiot. Speaking of that, I was looking through some of my emails that I get, my little package of prep work. Where is it? And there's this list of, I have a list of the idiot scale, the intelligence scale. Hold on, it's right here. Of course, I can't find it when I want it. Well, it doesn't matter. I can go back to that bit some other time. I don't even need that bit right now. What were we talking about? Whiff Watch?
Whiff Watch. The Twins have 139 strikeouts. So they're actually...
So that's through... I had the number of games correct, right? Are we through 17 games? We're 5-12 right now?
Yes.
So what are we on pace for? Can you do the math? Do you have your calculator there? Because trust me, I can't do the math. When I was in school, I was in the second grade, and the teacher said, can anybody use the word before in a sentence? And I raised my hand, and he said, yes, Dan. And I said, 2 + 2 before. Then they sent me down to the principal's office.
So they're on pace for 1,325 strikeouts, which is actually well short of the all-time record. The record is 1,654.
Well, we need to pick up the pace then a little bit.
But last night was a good start.
That's a very good start.
In our way.
13 and...
Maybe they need to go back to just trying to hit home runs because they're striking out less, but they can't get any runs across.
Yeah, they are having trouble. Did I read the recap right? And they play so many games. This could have been 2 days ago or a day ago or last season. But Joe Ryan was pretty sharp last night, was he not?
Yeah, 5 innings, gave up 1 run.
Yeah,
3 hits.
A wasted, and Lavelle told me they were going to swing the sticks.
I thought I saw over the last 7 games, I'd have to find the exact stat. Their starting pitchers' ERA is in the 1s over the last 7 games.
Yes, I did
and they're
see
2-5.
Yeah, their starting pitching has been very good. You're absolutely right.
How are you 2-5 with that?
Because their hitting is absolutely
inept,
anemic. And I think I used that word correctly. Anemic would be it. I have Lavelli Neal. We text and talk more than most people know. So remember, I was giving him a hard time about he had his column, the Twins will swing the sticks this year. Don't you worry, they will be an offensive juggernaut. Remember, they were like 10th in runs scored last year or something like that. So they were very good offensively last year. And then Lavelle, I chided him about it on a text message. We text and talk more than most people know, and he got back to me and said they will swing the sticks. So on Saturday, I sent him a text, and I copy and pasted from a story that said the Twins' batting average dropped to .204 on the young season, and for the 10th time in 15 games, they scored in fewer than 3 innings. They have yet to score a 3rd-inning run all season. It's just been awful. He wrote back, it's awful, but it's April. Same stuff happened at the beginning of last year, and they sorted it out. He does, say, look at indictments. Correa, Buxton, Jeffers, Miranda demoted after the game. 2 years aren't alike, though. All the stuff they claim they worked on during camp has not shown up, and there's enough talent. They are 10th in runs scored last season, even with a late season flop. And again, that is last season, and I always caution people. It's one of the things I do every year, Ted. I mean, I think you agree with this esoteric approach or this logic that you can have a team that's 10th in runs scored last year, but that was last year. It does change from year to year. And I know they got off to a slow start last year. Maybe this is but this is even slower than last year, certainly as far as wins and losses. Is this the worst start in team history or close to it if it's not the worst? I
think it wasn't the worst start through 16 games, but it might be through 17 games.
And so they're starting to trend in that direction. And that's why and I know you've got to go with what you got in front of you. And one of those things is regardless of the team or the sport, you look at what happened last year and you go, boy, we had 5 guys that were really good last year, or 6 guys. They were great. You've heard me use this example before. So then it seems like it's the conventional wisdom that, well, if those guys were that good last year, well, not only are they going to be that good next year, but even better. Well, that's not how sports is your whole life just sports work, particularly in baseball. Because you know how that can be. I mean, we all know the hardest thing in the world is to hit a fastball. You know, if you're successful 3 out of 10 times, you're really good. You might go to the Hall of Fame. I would say there were 2 things more difficult. That would be getting up from a punch from Tyson Fury before the count of 10 when you get hit flush on the jaw. That would be harder than hitting 300. And I guess the only other thing that would be harder than both of those is hitting the 13th green at Augusta in the final round from 86 yards. It's difficult to do. It's just, but he still won anyways. Hey, he won the event. But so some guys are just not, like Miranda was pretty darn good for us last year. And I don't have his numbers in front of me. So I think we were counting on Miranda. Hey, he can play first and third, some DH. I don't know, maybe we can put him in the outfield too. I mean, this is a guy that's going to be locked into our team. Well, he's down in the minor leagues now because he's struggling. So, and so you guys are going to change. So I know if you have a longer stretch, if you have a longer sample size with guys, it's easy to say back in the day, Kirby Puckett's going to be really good. Well, yeah, he has been every year of his career. He's been really good. But, when you have younger guys that, had a nice year, maybe a year or two, you just don't know if they're going to keep trending in that direction. And certainly with the team right now, it's the offense is as bad as it's been, maybe ever.
Yes.
And so that's why it's hard for me to look at last year and say, now they could start, when the weather heats up, so will the bats, as Mark Rosen likes to say. I'm just not sure. That's about.
But the other part of this too is this slumping didn't just happen this season. This happened at the tail end of last year, right? So there's a reason to believe that this is more of a trend than a mirage. It's not just, hey, it's just a bad couple of weeks, because you had a bad couple of weeks to end the season. All the same stuff you saw at the end of last year, you are seeing this year.
Yes. And that's what, there was a quote from Correa, and it was very telling. And to hear it this early in the season, and again, we talk about quotes from players. The ones I really focus on are the ones out of the Wolves locker room. Was the other team just tried harder at us. We'll get it figured out eventually. But I think even I think there was a quote from Correa here. Here he says, "There's a lot you can say, but honestly, that's got to be be action. We've got to play better." The Twins owe an 0-6 record in their series openers this year, outscored by 22 runs. So every first game of the series, 6 of them now, they've lost that first game. Past 7 games, Twins starting pitchers, as you mentioned, have allowed 4 earned runs in 37 and a third innings. That's 0.96. The Twins have a 2-5 record in those games, as you mentioned. Ryan, and I don't think he was taking a shot at the lineup, but it just kind of came out that way when he says, it'd be nice to have a little bit more time between innings. I mean, he barely gets there, sets his glove down, sits down on the bench, and all of a sudden it's, hey, you got to go back out. Innings over. Don't get too comfortable there, Joe. We're not hitting the ball.
Hasn't even caught his breath yet.
No. Like I turned around and got my water bottle. I was running right back out there real quick. Like a minute or two would be nice.
Went to grab his first sunflower seed. Didn't even get the thing cracked open.
All he's asking for is a minute or two. And then there was that other quote from, I thought I saw another quote. Maybe this is from the day before. Correa said, gets magnified when it's April and you look at the scoreboard and you see the numbers people freak out off. And I've had a lot of bad Aprils and I end up the season the right way. I know what it takes. You've got to be strong-minded. This game gets tougher when you're struggling. And so, it's, and here was the quote that I was referring to. This is at the beginning of the story. It says, "Tonight time in 17 games, the Twins failed to score more than 2 runs." And referencing the team's 12-27 finish last season, Correa said, "It feels exactly like late last year. We have to figure out a way to bounce back and make sure this doesn't dictate the rest of the season." So we're already talking only 17 games in about this has got to come to an end if we want to be a contending team, and we can't let this go on very, very much longer, or it's going to dictate the rest of the season. And, the Mets are, I glanced at it, I know standings are more important than the power rankings, but the Mets, we know they're loaded top to bottom, pitching staff lineup. They're ranked like 3rd best team in Major League Baseball. Dodgers at 1. I don't know who's 2. It's Phillies maybe, but Maybe it was the Padres. I don't remember who was on number 2, but it's not a good look right now. And I mean, even if they continue to play, here's the thing: when the weather gets better, more people will come out to games. But if they keep playing like this, that normal bump you would see just because, hey, it's baseball in Minnesota, I like going to a matinee every once in a while or going to a night game on a weeknight. Those people will start going, maybe I'll just barbecue some steaks on the grill tonight instead. So we'll have to see how it goes, Tennessee, but it's not good. 534 is coming up. I'm sure Tennessee will mention some Wilds, some Wolves, who knows what else, but I'm sure he's got a tease for us as well.
Yeah, controversial decision on the lineup for the Wild tonight. And free. Everybody wants something for free.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com, ODOO.com.